So I was sitting in my car the other day and I was thinking how life always gives us what we need. Now, I know when I say this, a lot of people might misconstrue it for me saying that life gives us what we want, or life gives us what we desire, or life gives us the things that we expect from life, right? I can already hear people disagreeing. But when I say life gives us what we need, what I mean is that life gives us what we need for us to grow. And a lot of the times, what we need might not come in the form in which we expect it to come, or it might not come in the form in which we want it to come, right? Sometimes, what we need might come in the form of a heartbreak. Sometimes, what we need might come in the form of, you losing your job. Sometimes, what you need might come in the form of someone that you love or someone that you hold very closely or dearly betraying you. But once you understand the nature of life, you begin to realize that everything happens for a reason. Everything that has happened in your life, or anything that is happening in this season of your life, is happening for a specific purpose or a specific reason. And that reason is to facilitate your growth. See, here's the thing. A lot of us have things that we need to work on. A lot of us have things about ourselves that we need to mend, or we need to get right or get in place, right? And the things that happen in your life sort of serve as a catalyst, to achieve that growth, or a catalyst to make that change, right? And so whatever it is that you are experiencing in your life, life is literally giving you a guide for you to ascend, for you to grow, for you to become a better version of yourself than you are today. There's this saying that I always quote, and I don't know where I got it from, but it could be just me pondering like I usually do. And the saying says, the dots will only connect moving forward. And what I mean by that is, when you find yourself in a certain situation in your life, it's kind of hard for you to know, or for you to find the meaning in that experience. It can be hard for you to see what it is that life is teaching you in that moment. So a lot of times when we are faced with those experiences, we often find ourselves fighting against the experience itself, or we become angry at life, we become angry at the experience. Why am I going through this? Why am I experiencing this, right? And, in a sense, it can generate a feeling of frustration, right? But it's not until you get yourself out of the situation that you can look back at the experience and you can reflect, and those dots in your head can connect, and you can truly say, this is what life was teaching me. This is what life was showing me in that moment. This is what I was supposed to learn. But in the moment, because you're in your emotions, you're in your feelings, and you're in your mind, you can't really see things from a larger perspective, right? So the dots can only connect moving forward means that you have to just accept whatever life is giving you in this moment. You might not know why this is happening. You might not know why you're experiencing it. But you have to trust that whatever it is that you're given from life in this moment is meant for you to grow. And it's meant for you to change. There is something within you that needs changing. And life is literally showing you that. Life is pointing that out to you. Right? You might experience a heartbreak because life is trying to show you a better way of loving yourself, a way of cultivating self-love that isn't dependent on someone else, right? You might lose your job, but life is pointing you in the correct direction that you're supposed to go. Life is showing you your true path, where you're meant to go, the path that is meant for you. Someone that you love or you hold dearly might betray you, right? But that could be life's way of showing you that you need to have strong boundaries, or you need to be mindful of the people that you allow into your life. It could be a million reasons why you're experiencing what you're experiencing right now in your life. But I can't tell you. No one else can. Because every person's life is different. What one person experiences, will always be different from the other person, right? So what you're experiencing now in your life is meant for a reason. There's something that you need to learn, or there's some path that you need to walk that you're not walking, and that's just life way of showing you. But you have to accept life as it comes. You can't go against the flow of life. Go with the flow of life. Don't go against it. Because when you go with the flow of life, it leads you to exactly where you need to go. And it leads you to exactly who you need to be. I was also thinking about this the other day, and I was thinking how, on a grand scale, life is sort of like a school. It's like a school that we come to learn and to grow. And with every school, there has to be some degree of challenge. There has to be some obstacles, something that you go through, right? Because in order for you to grow and in order for you to ascend, you have to have challenge, right? You have to have some, perceived negative experience, something that you might not like in a moment, right? But all that is doing is, it's making you stronger. It's making you wiser, right? It's making you to evolve, or making you evolve and becoming a grander or a higher version of yourself. So in every challenge, there is growth at the end. In every obstacle, there's a bright light at the end of the tunnel, right? You need that challenge. You need that obstacle. You need that obstacle for you to grow. If life was just easy and there was no challenge, then life would be boring. And in a certain sense, we wouldn't really appreciate life, right? When something is too easy and when something comes to you too easy, very rarely do we appreciate it. But when things come to you with some degree of effort, or when you have to, endure certain obstacles or certain hardships, then the rewards of you overcoming those obstacles, they feel better, right? It gives you a sense of fulfillment that nothing else can. When you persevere and you go through a challenge and then you reflect and you look at yourself in the moment and you reflect on everything that you've been through, then you have this sense of gratitude in your heart. You have this sense of appreciation for who you are and where you are right now in life. And that's with everything in life. It's with movies and video games, right? I've always said there can be no good story without a conflict. If a video game didn't have any conflict, then it wouldn't be a video game. If a movie didn't have a conflict, then it probably would be a very boring and monotonous movie. Challenge and obstacle is what makes life worth living, believe it or not. We're all writing our own unique and our own individual stories as we go through life. But the thing about it is, you have the choice to choose how your story ends. You have the choice to choose how your story unfolds and how your story turns out, right? And so when the obstacles come, if you succumb to them, then you know how that story ends. But when you persevere and you come to the realization that the challenge and the obstacle that you're facing is leading you down a better path, is leading you, on a path on where you should be, then you accept the challenges and the obstacles that life has to offer. As a matter of fact, you embrace them because you know it's for your greater good, right? So I don't want to make this video long, right? And so I've said all this to say, in life you're gonna be faced with obstacles. In life you're gonna be faced with numerous challenges, right? But you have to come to the understanding that everything that is happening in this season of your life is meant to facilitate, or is meant to serve as a catalyst for your growth, right? Either life is showing you the person that you need to evolve into, or life is showing you the path that you need to go, the path that you need to walk. But the obstacles in your life they're like landmarks. They're there for a reason. But if you allow yourself to give up on life, if you allow yourself to succumb to the challenges of life, then you will never truly become the person that you want to become. And you never truly get to experience the greatness that life has to give to you. And so you have to allow yourself to see beyond those challenges. You have to allow yourself to embrace the challenges of life, right? It can be hard. It can be frustrating, right? Life can be very frustrating. But you have to have faith. Have faith that life is leading you where you need to be. And you just have to go with the flow of life. Whatever it is that you're experiencing right now in this season of your life, you are experiencing it for a reason. And you have to trust that it's taking you where you need to go. So go with it. Embrace it. Embrace the challenge. Embrace the obstacle. Embrace it all. And have faith that life will take you exactly where you need to be. So I appreciate you guys for watching. I really do. And I hope you got something from this video. And I really hope you don't give up on life. Because life can be challenging. Life can be hard. But there's also a beauty in the struggle. And there's also a bright light at the end of the tunnel. And you might not see it right now in this moment, but it's there. It's there for you to uncover. So you have to just let go. Go with the flow of life and trust it. Peace and blessings.